my feel-good breakfast show.
I can't hear anything. Well, I am hearing one thing, and that's a lot of positive affirmations of what Hopetober means to us. And I am absolutely loving this journey because today I'm connecting with some of the most inspirational people that we can. Now, this particular gentleman, it's difficult to know where to jump off because he's achieved so much outside of one of the spheres where he has broken world records, where he has set a new bar. He has won Paralympic medals in more than one discipline. He has literally smashed through that glass roof. He has also just got, or is busy earning his doctorate in chemical engineering, just to rub all of that in. By now, you should know that I'm talking about Mpumelelo, Mhlongo. Can we give our double medal-winning Paralympic champion a round of applause, please? I know we don't have an actual live studio audience, but when the cameramen are that infused, it is difficult to know where to start with you. So I'm gonna have to start like every South African and say congratulations.
Thank you, Graham.
If it blows my mind to see these medals here for the first time, how does it make you feel when you consider your Paralympic journey? And you've been through a few to get to this point, to earn this kind of kudos, to see what it means to your country.
Yes.
How are you wrapping your head around this story, man?
Graham, just overwhelmed, every child's dream is to share in celebration, share in joy, do something that unites a nation, that unites your own community, to know that they were part of the reason of building you to sit on the world stage. And you come away as a Paralympic champion, double medalist for your country. I mean, these aren't things I dream of from where I come from.
And during one of, I'm going to say, hands down, the strongest contingent at a Paralympics that we've ever seen. The athletic achievements this year are on another level. Body clearly strong, mind strong, but I've got to correct you because I heard, a little bird told me just now, that all you ever really wanted out of life was to have a full fridge. Okay, so hopefully the fridge is full now. But now you're helping others fill their fridge.
Yes.
You're helping others on the baseline of existence just dig deeper and find something else. What is that thing for you? What does that look like? What has allowed you to achieve these kind of results set against the challenges just in the sporting space that you have to face when everyone else is trying to do the same thing? What's the difference? What's your mantra?
I think my mantra is that we're driven by a nation that truly believes that they're the best in the world. Like every little child, I still have these little birds that speak to me that say, you're not enough. Yeah. And I'm always trying to conquer those little voices in my own head.
So he's sitting here with a gold medal and he's still telling him, and I want you guys to take that on board. He is still telling himself that he's not good enough, or at least that little voice is. That is amazing.
I think we all have that. And if I have that, I think about with these achievements, accolades, and the adversity I've had to face, how many other kids that come from the corners of life where I come from that have louder voices. Yeah. So hopefully we are a representation that when you conquer those voices, you can really see the latent potential in you that's waiting to be harvested.
And it feels like the nation is looking forward again. We're no longer looking back, and we must always have an eye cast back lest we forget.
Yes.
And you can see what's happening on the global stage right now. Certain nations seem to have forgotten, what we have been through as humanity.
100%.
And it feels like lines are being crossed. But on the flip side of that coin, I'm introduced to young, purpose-driven South Africans like yourself and those following in your footsteps on a level that I've never experienced in my decades of being plugged into this purpose-driven space.
Yeah.
There seems to be hope in a tangible sense now.
Yes.
What is that hope for you?
I think that hope is really, the power that change starts with one person. It's either a teacher, it's a parent, it's you having that one day where you decide that my life is going to look different tomorrow. My current circumstances don't determine my reality. And as a nation, we're really at the precipice that we have to decide that trajectory needs to be forward-looking, it needs to be brighter, because if we don't decide it, who does?
Yeah. No, our happiness is no one else's responsibility. That works in a relationship and that works on the biggest scale. I've got to ask you, what has been your darkest moment? Because I would imagine there've been a few, like tearing a hamstring in the journey that you've spoken to me about. That must be soul destroying, but I'm sure there are darker moments where you've had to dig even deeper. What has been your darkest moment and what got you through it?
I think my darkest moment over the last decade, I mean, I've had many dark moments, but over the last decade was truly losing one of the closest people to me, who was my uncle. He committed suicide back in 2018. And, something happens when somebody who has so much humor, so much love for life that you really rely on and depend on decides to take their own life. And when that happened to our family, I remember selfishly thinking, why us? Why weren't we enough?
Yeah.
And then it happened.
That's natural. That is natural. Yeah.
It's natural, but like for context, it happens. I just finished my honors degree, went to Rio, we bombed because I was doing chemical engineering with athletics, trying to decide what comes next. And together, we had this idea that he's gonna go big in music, I'm gonna go big in sports, and together we'll have this collaboration that changes the world. And then you're left alone with what happens next, who do I turn on when times are tough. And I think the only thing that changed me is to say that we have to create our own legacies for those who have come before us, for those who will come after us. And it's those who are living today that get to truly determine how we influence others. And it's those daily actions that we take a lot of cognizance and intention in, so that...
I don't think you're alone. I don't think you're alone, because the objectives are being achieved. And I don't think one does that alone. Internally, we talk metaphysical. How do you look after yourself? How do you keep yourself healthy? I know physically you've got a team helping you do that. But mentally, to close off this conversation, how do you? Because that is so absolutely vital to not take us down that path.
I think as I contextualize life, and I truly think there's something beautiful about the way humanity has come to be, how we interact in our own communities, truly the power of that love that we share for each other and seeing each other have a brighter future. So I look after myself by making sure I make the next person smile. If you're making the next person smile, at some point when you're down and out, somebody will be there for you, whether it's a stranger, a family member, or friend.
Buddy, I absolutely love that. You made me smile a lot today, too. Well, the medals made me smile, and after that, everything has just been an absolute bonus. And living proof of what you can achieve if you hold true to that. Absolutely love that. So you don't have to go out there and change the world or even win a gold medal on one of the biggest stages in the world. Just go out there and make someone else smile today. That's how hope starts.